It looks like today is going to be one of the last few days of content that we're getting for MLB The Show 23, and we even have a final collection reward that's going to be coming. And besides that, it's pretty much just waiting season for MLB The Show 24. In the comment section, I would love to see something you're hoping for from MLB 24, whether that's Road to the Show improvements, franchise improvements, a whole new game mode, anything like that, anything and everything regarding MLB 24. I would love to just talk about it a little bit down in that comment section. But our new content today is in the pack shop, 50,000 stubs apiece, and we have two new 99 overall cards. I'll go ahead and turn the cam off so we can see their attributes and everything like that. Then we'll go ahead and talk about the last collection and what's coming for the rest of MLB The Show 23. But the first new 99 we have today is this retro finest Keith Hernandez. Max contact versus each side, max vision, max discipline, 89 power versus righties, 80 power versus lefties, 97 fielding at first base, also plays left and right field with 52 speed, 92 reaction, and then a pretty good arm if you do decide for whatever reason to put him in the outfield. Now, you can buy this pack and you're guaranteed this card as well as the uniform, and that's 50,000 stubs. And we'll talk about it once I show off this Tim Salmon, but there is a collection, a Finders Keepers collection that these cards can go towards. We'll check the prices of some of the other cards too. The last time I checked, some of them were pushing like 5, 6, 700,000. So I want to talk about that a little bit, but first, I want to talk about Tim Salmon. I really like salmon. Salmon's good. I kind of want to have some salmon for dinner tonight. But 123 contact for him versus righties, 100 contact versus lefties, max power versus righties, 120 versus lefties, a little bit of reverse splits for this right-handed hitter, right field, left field, center field, 87 fielding, 92 arm strength, 88 arm accuracy, 83 reaction, and 67 speed for Tim Salmon. And then he has quirks that we see right here. And I'll say, like, this Tim Salmon and then the Keith Hernandez, and I guess you do get the jerseys too, they're not bad cards. But if you're releasing content this late in the year, this is one of the final content drops. We're only getting 2 new cards today. It's not a very big content drop, and I get maybe it's only 50,000 stubs for each of them. But in 2024, at the end of the year, I don't know if it's just me, I would personally like to see maybe more exciting cards for this time of year. But maybe that's just me. Maybe these cards are exciting to y'all. I don't really know. This late in the year, I guess my expectations would be a little bit higher on any cards that they drop, especially when it's as small as just 2 cards in one little content drop, our first content drop of the new year. I guess maybe my expectations were just a little bit higher. It's not like these are bad cards. I just maybe wanted something more exciting, more enticing. But I also understand that it's late in the year. Maybe the player base is small, so they don't want to release something enticing because there's a lower amount of players. But I think a way to maybe try to boost it up would be to release a more enticing card. But it's really not that big of a deal. MLB 24 will be here soon enough. That's just my thoughts on it. Some people might agree, some people might disagree. But we have this Finders Keepers collection here in the collection tab of MLB The Show 23. And you can buy Keith Hernandez and the Tim Salmon for 50,000 stubs. Sometimes the buy order, the sell now price, I've seen these cards go below 50,000. So who knows? It might go below 50,000. I'm not really sure if I'm expecting it to, just because of the price of some of these other cards. I don't know which ones exactly, but Lee Smith, 451,000 buy order, 555,555 if you want to buy now. Bill Mazeroski, 700,000, nearly 850,000 on the buy now. Wade Boggs, 675, 850. So the prices of some of these cards, we do have the others that are a little bit lower, but some of these cards are really, really expensive. And if you want to complete the Finders Keepers collection and maybe get the 99 Kyle Seager, I almost said Corey, 99 Kyle Seager for collecting 7 of them, or this 99 Brian Roberts. I had a small sample size, maybe just 1 game, and his swing felt good in that game. I'm excited to use him a little bit more, but this is the right now Finders Keepers big collection. They're going to add another one, which we'll talk about here in just a little bit, but collect 15 of the cards that we see here, and you can get this Retro Finest Brian Roberts. And the price of some of these cards are super expensive. I don't see it staying that way. I don't see the price of these cards staying this high or even getting more expensive within the next few weeks. And the reason I don't really see that is because if we go and check the calendar, we can see right on January 5th today, we got the Finders Keepers 4 and 5 in the show shop. And then on January 12th, we're getting the Finders Keepers 6. On January 19th, we're getting the Finders Keepers 7, which will be the final one that we get, along with a final collection reward. I'm assuming that's going to be a final Finders Keepers collection reward. So one, we're getting more Finders Keepers cards, which should probably cause the price of some of those others to go down just because you don't need them for the collection. I would imagine that's why their price is so high right now. And then also for the fact that their packs haven't been in the shop for a little bit. They were 50,000 stubs a piece. Maybe people were collecting the card, which would have brought the supply down, and the demand still might be going up. More and more people might be wanting the Brian Roberts, but as more people collect and lock in those cards, that means the supply is going down, which if the demand is getting higher but the supply is getting lower, that's just going to cause the price to go up. But I'm not really an economics teacher or anything like that, but because we're getting more cards, that's kind of increasing the supply that's been lowering by people collecting, because now you have more cards you could potentially collect. And in addition to that, like my number 2 or 3 thing now that I want to say is, I would kind of assume, I could be completely wrong, this is just my prediction, my guess, but I would kind of assume that on January 19th, when that final collection reward drops, when we get Finders Keepers 7 in the shop, I would kind of assume they're going to bring back some of the older packs. Maybe have a choice pack. You can choose 1 diamond out of the first 6, or maybe they would include 7 in there. I would kind of expect something special just to increase that supply of those cards, the Finders Keepers 1, 2, 3 cards for that, because 4 and 5 just dropped today and the price of the other ones went way up. And I don't know if I would see MLB The Show letting their prices stay that high. I would kind of think that they're going to either on the 19th, maybe earlier, or even maybe at a later date. I would kind of expect them to re-release packs that would have those older cards, those ones that are really expensive right now, in those packs, just make them more affordable. Hopefully overall it would bring their price down. Who knows though, they might not do that. That's just kind of what I expect them to do, but I've predicted them or expected or hoped for them to do things in the past that definitely have not ended up coming true. So nobody knows, and I guess we'll have to wait and see if the price of those cards ever come down. But we got Finders Keeper 6 again on January 12th. The Finders Keeper 7 on the 19th with a final collection reward. I would assume it's just going to be in that same collection. And then maybe the final bit of content for the entire year on the calendar already, February 2nd. I would kind of expect MLB 24 to be releasing end of March. But February 2nd, Forever Ranked begins on March 8th. But then the ranked that's starting on the 2nd, it's not really having any new content. It's just going to have sellable rewind packs. So I'm not even really sure if that will count as a content drop. I don't know if there will actually be anything new besides more rewind packs on February 2nd. And I didn't really mean for there to be like this super long tangent or rant, whatever you want to call it, throughout this video. And I know there's probably not that many people playing MLB The Show 23 right now, and that the devs are probably hard at work putting the finishing touches, just getting MLB The Show 24 ready. But at the same time, I can't think it's that hard to come up with cards to release. You know, they could just always bring back cards from previous games, and getting this scarce amount of content, only 299s today, just maybe underwhelming cards to some people, including myself. And it just almost feels like a slap in the face to the people that actually are still playing the game. I realize maybe myself and whoever else out there is that's still playing MLB The Show 23, yeah, maybe it's a small amount, and I understand maybe they want to focus their efforts on MLB 24, but I don't know, for the people that are left playing MLB The Show 23, I just wish we had a little bit more to do and a little bit more exciting cards being dropped.